Okay, so hey guys, so I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. So I prime my face with the Smashbox Primer Water and the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer and the Nourishing Primer. I decided to use that instead rather than the Laura Mercier one. I just wanted to see if it would make a difference in how my foundation lays, and it really does on my nose. Just for some reason, it's like one of the only primers that really works for me on my nose. Pretty much the only one, I would have to say, because my nose is always so dry that I always have to like at least go in with a really moisturizing primer on my nose. And it seems to really help. So that's what I used today. Then I went in with the YSL Touche Éclat foundation in the color B10 Beige. I've just been loving it lately. I feel like it gave me such glowy skin today. I'm absolutely obsessed with the finish today. And the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10 and the Becca Streaming Skin Perfector in Moonstone. Mix that all together, of course. Then I conceal and highlight with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the color Light and the MAC Prep and Prime Radiant Rose, because I did use up the YSL highlighter pen, so now I'm back to using my MAC Prep and Prime, which I probably will use up as well because I went through one before already this past year. Then, of course, I went over everything with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then I primed my eyes with the Smashbox 24-Hour Primer, and then went over that with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then I went in with Makeup Geek's Beaches in Cream as my transition shade like usual, and then I went in with the Morphe 35O palette today. I went in with a couple of shades. I really have used the majority of these shades in here. I am really proud of myself for using most of this palette. It was definitely worth it to me, but I just felt like using it today, so that's what I went in with. I used the shade, this crease shade right here. I love this for the crease. It's such a gorgeous color for the crease. Then I went in with this shade to darken up the crease more, I believe, or maybe it was this color. No, it was this color. Then I decided to try and put this one on the outer corner, but then I wanted a little bit more definition, so I went in with, I believe, this one. It's so hard to remember what color to use from here, because it's like, sorry, my best friend just texted me. Then for my lid shade, I went in with this color right here. I just decided to use a shimmery brown. I was going to use my Kat Von D Metal Crush shadow that I haven't used yet, but I'm planning to use that with my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, which I might use tomorrow. I did want to, I was going to do like a full like Too Faced weekend and like for work, but then I decided to go with completely other palettes. The only Too Faced palette I used this past like 3 days was the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette, and then I decided to use ColourPop shadows yesterday, and then I decided to use the Morphe palette today. But I'm just trying to like go for like things that I really want to use and just use that day, like rather than overwhelming myself. I'm just going to use what I want to use, and I feel like it's going to work better that way. And then for the brow bone, I always mix these two shades and pop them on the brow bone. And I think that's it that I used from this palette. I did try to use these two colors on the inner corners, but they weren't really giving me the pop that I always get with Starry Eyed. So then I just decided to plop in Starry Eyed on the inner corners because they weren't really like giving me what I needed. And I am very proud of myself about Starry Eyed today because I did hit a little bit of the pan on the shadow. So I'm off to a pretty good start on trying to use up certain products. The biggest challenge for me is going to be the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette, but I think everything else I'm pretty confident in using up, except for like maybe a couple of blushes. But that is it from this palette. Then I line my eyes with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. Then I prime my lashes with the Lancome Primer. And then I went in with the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara for my mascara today. Then I concealed and highlighted under my eyes with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the color Light. And the YSL Touche Éclat Radiant Touch Highlighter Pen in Luminous Ivory. Then, of course, I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Then I contoured with the Laguna Bronzer from the Stephen Klein palette. And then baked it with the Paloma powder from the same palette, and then I went in with the NARS Blush in Luster, also from the same palette. Then I highlighted with Becca Streaming Skin Perfector Pressed in Champagne Pop. Let me just tell you, I've had this on I've had this highlighter on since 1 or like 12:30 today. I have not retouched the highlight on my cheeks today. Do you see how gorgeous that is? Like, it does not go anywhere. Back and like sometimes maybe I'll have to touch up the Becca highlighters a little bit, but literally I'm telling you like the tiniest bit. Like the only time it'll wear away is on my Cupid's bow, but that's when like I have to blow my nose, which is very rare, but like sometimes my nose gets runny, I have to dab it a little bit. Or if like some of my lipstick starts wearing off there, or if I have overlines and have to correct it, I'll just reapply it that way. But other than that, this stayed on so beautifully all day. So yeah, so it's the first time I'm using it this year. I just really wanted to use it today. And of course I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder. Then I set everything with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, which I started a new bottle today because I just ran out of that yesterday. So I'm off to a pretty good start. I've already used up 2 products and it's not even like 3 days into the new year yet. So that's pretty good. Then I went in with the Chanel Brow Pencil in Brown Natural on the brows, which I actually think I'm probably going to have to get a new brow pencil soon as well. I feel like that's almost done. It's going to last me probably another month maybe, but then after that I really want to try out the Anastasia Brow Wiz and see how amazing it is because everybody talks about it. And then I set that with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Then I went in with the Urban Decay Glide on Sight on 24-Hour Pencil in Ozone to prime my lips. Then I went in with the Urban Decay Glide on Sight on 24-Hour Pencil in Liar to line my lips. And then I went in with the Lime Crime Velveteen in Buffy. And earlier today I did go out to lunch with my boyfriend because we've been seeing each other so much this week because he's been off from school and he's not even really working as much either because Wallbounce went out of business. So the only time he's working is overnight, like maybe a couple days a week. So other than that, he has been seeing me like a lot, and I'm going to see him like the next 4 days or 5 days after this because tomorrow we're going to the gym together before I have work. And then Wednesday I'm going to be with him all day at his house. Then Thursday we're planning to go to the city. We'll see. And then Friday, I'm supposed to see my best friend. If things don't work out the way I planned with my boyfriend, I might see him on Friday, but I haven't seen my best friend in like, my other best friend lives in like 2 months. I miss her so much. So, and then Saturday, and then Saturday I see him after work. So anyway, before I went out to lunch, when I went out to lunch, I wore ColourPop's Ultra Matte Lip in Chili Chili. And that's it. Bye! Okay, so hi. So I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. I did go to the gym earlier with my boyfriend today, and then I worked. So obviously, usually these natural makeup looks that you're seeing are the looks that I do for work. I guess I have a little bit of like pimples over here, so forgive that for the lip application because it's not a smear, it's an actual like little bump. So I primed my face with the Smashbox Primer Water and the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer in the Nourishing Primer. Then I went in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in the color 5. Excuse me. And the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10. And the Becca Shimmer Skin Perfector in Moonstone and mixed those all together. Then I went in with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer and the Matte Prep and Prime Radiant Rose to conceal and highlight. Then, of course, I set everything with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then I primed my eyes with the NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base, and then I went over that with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. And then I decided to go in with the Chocolate Bonbons palette again today. Sorry, I was holding it upside down. I know I haven't even hauled this yet. I'm still waiting for one more ColourPop order, and then I can finally record my haul video. I was going to pick up a couple of things from MAC as well, but I decided not to because I have to pay my car this week, so I'm probably going to pick them up next week instead. Maybe throw that into another haul, or maybe just throw it into the one I need to record by probably like next week because I'm hoping to get the ColourPop package made by like Friday. maybe I'll finally be able to record it by like Monday. I'm not even sure yet. But anyway, I decided to go in with this today. I did like the look that I've been doing a lot recently with this palette. I have been using it quite a bit. I went in with the color Cashew Chew on the crease, and I darkened up the crease more with Almond Truffle right here. I usually use those two colors in the crease all the time, and then I use Mocha to define the crease more. Those are like the 3 matte shades. Then I went in with Border X on the outer corners, and then I went in with Molasses Chip on the lid, and then I went in with Divinity on the brow bone. And then I went in with Satin Sheets on the inner corners, and I think that's it that I used from the palette. This is still beautiful though. I just find I'm doing like kind of the same looks because I'm only really using like these 4 shadows in the crease. I feel like those are really like your only matte shades. So I feel like I probably have to utilize a couple more shades. Sorry, like all over the place. I'm just really tired. But yeah, I think it's beautiful. I just feel like I'm kind of going into like the same kind of color range with this, but it's gorgeous. So I really love using this. Then I line my eyes with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Mad Max Brown. Then I prime my lashes with the Lancome Primer, which I have been absolutely loving. And then I tried a new mascara today. This is the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Major Volume Mascara. This is a sample from Sephora. It's okay. It didn't really give me too much volume, honestly. I mean, it says volume mascara. I just feel like it didn't really do much for my lashes. I wore the L'Oreal Telescopic this morning, and I don't even need a primer with that sometimes because it separates your lashes really nicely. So I probably should have just worn that to work too, but I wanted to try this out, but I don't think I'm going to be wearing it again, honestly. But it is a pretty good substantial sample size. Maybe I will use it when I want, but right now I'm not too thrilled with it. So then I concealed and highlighted under my eyes with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin. Sorry. I don't know if anything shot out of there. I don't know what happened. Sorry about that if there was like something flying out of my mouth. It's not like food or anything. The Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the color Light and the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose, and then I set that with the Laura Mercier Stick Brightening Powder under my eyes. Then I went in with the MAC Ascend and Placate Black Lash on the bottom lashes. Then I contoured with the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Kit with the medium shade and then baked it with the lighter shade. Then I was going to use either like some other nudie pink blush, but then I decided to go in with the NARS Blush in Orgasm again. I have it as a sample, and I think I might have to purchase a full size. I really do love it. I know it probably doesn't last too long, maybe because it's a sample and I don't feel like it's really on my cheeks anymore. You can see it a little bit, but I really do love it. I think it's amazing, so I think I might have to purchase the full size of the color. Then I highlighted with the Too Faced Candlelight Glow in the color Pink Glow. I've been really loving this. Then of course I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder. Then I set everything with All Nighter Setting Spray from Urban Decay. Then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil Brown Natural and then set them with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Then I primed my lips with the Urban Decay Light on Sign on 24-Hour Pencil and Ozone. And then lined them with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil and O Snap. And then I filled them in with the Too Faced Melted Chocolate Lipstick in the shade Melted Chocolate Honey because obviously when I do a chocolate bar look, I really like using the chocolate lipsticks with it now, so I've been using these, and also because these are newer lip products that I have, but they're so pretty, right? And that's it, bye! Okay, so hi, so I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. I did go out with my boyfriend for about 3 or 4 hours today. We didn't really stay out as long as we wanted to because we're planning on going to the city tomorrow to finally celebrate our anniversary. So we just went to out to lunch to like this really nice Italian restaurant that he told me about. Then we just went to the mall, and then we went to the Container Store to pick me up something that I needed. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I just wore my Ariel shirt today. I really wanted to wear it the last time I went out, but I couldn't find it for the life of me. So I wore it today instead. I love this shirt. So I obviously based my makeup look around that. So I primed my face with the Smashbox Primer Water and the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer in the Smoothing Primer, and then put the Nourishing Primer on my nose, also from Makeup Forever. I don't know why I feel like my skin looks like a little bit duller today. Maybe because I used the smoothing primer. I don't really know. I just feel like my skin was not as luminous as I wanted it to from the past like couple of days. I hate those days where like your skin looks perfect for work, but then it doesn't look amazing for when you want to go out. For some reason, just my makeup looked so much more luminous when I was working. So I don't know what it is, but anyway, I went in with the YSL Touche Eclat B10 Beige Foundation and the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10 and the Becca Shimmy Skin Perfector in Moonstone and mixed those all together. Then I concealed and highlighted with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the color Light and the MAC Prep and Prime Radiant Rose. Then I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then I primed my eyes with the NARS Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base, and then I went over them with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then I went in with the Kat Von D eyeshadow from the Shade and Light palette, the really stark white eyeshadow in that palette to go over all my whole eye. I really like using that because I feel like it adds like a really nice brightening effect to colorful eyeshadows. So I use that all over my eyes before I go in with colorful shadows. So I went in with the NYX Prismatic Shadow in Mermaid on the crease, of course, because hello, I was wearing my Ariel shirt. Then I went in with the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Erotica on my lid. I love this shade so much for when I want to wear like something red, and it looks great with like a mermaid kind of theme. And it's just so pigmented, like the most perfect red shadow. It doesn't irritate your eyes because it has a little bit of pink in it too. Then I went in with that same Kat Von D shade on my brow bone. I was going to go in with a outer corner color. I wanted to use Makeup Geek's Dual Chrome Shadow in the shade Secret Garden, but it wasn't really blending the way I wanted it to. I still put a little bit on there, but it's mostly just like 2 or 3 shadows that I'm wearing. Then I lined my lips with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. Then I primed my lashes with the Lancome Primer. Then I went over them with the Lancome, I believe the Hypnose Mascara. It's like one of the samples that I got in that Lancome Point Perk, so I did use that. Then I lined my waterline with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil, the ColourPop Eye Gel Eyeliner in the shade Piggy Bank. I was going to use Urban Decay's Glide On Slide On 24-Hour Pencil and Asphyxia, but it wasn't really going on the way I wanted it to, so I used ColourPop's Piggy Bank instead. Then I concealed and highlighted under my eyes with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the color Light and the MAC Prep and Prime Radiant Rose, and then I set that with Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Then I highlighted the inner corners with Makeup Geek's Foiled Shadow in the shade Fantasy. Then I went in with MAC's Extended Play Giga Black Lash on the bottom lashes. Then I contoured with Marc Jacobs Instamark Dreamer Filter with the darker shade, and then baked it with the lighter shade. Then I went in with Urban Decay's Afterglow 8-Hour Blush in the shade Video. I haven't worn it in forever. I really still love this shade, so I really wanted to use this rather than Madly. I just used Madly yesterday to go to the gym, so I decided to use a different nude blush today. Then I highlighted with Anastasia's Beverly Hills Illuminator in the shade Starlight. And then I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder. Then I set everything with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil in Brown Natural, and then set them with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Then I primed my lips with the Urban Decay Glide On Slide On 24-Hour Pencil in Ozone. Then I lined them with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Poison. And then I'm trying out a new liquid lipstick today. I filled them in with the Kathleen Lights Ofra collaboration shade in the shade Havana Nights. I do like it, but I've been finding it kind of breaking up a little bit while I've been talking this long. I did just film my Best of Beauty, the last part, so I am going to probably upload that tonight. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'll let you know my thoughts on this by wearing a little bit more. I just want to see if it transfers. Yeah, it has transfer, so I might do a full review on it. I kind of forgot to do it today. I was going to do a review and check-in, but I kind of didn't have time. But yeah, that's it. Bye. Okay, so hi. So I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. Me and my boyfriend have been having a lot of early nights recently. I got home like at 6 today. We were supposed to go to the city, so this was going to be my original makeup look. I wanted to wear my Alice in Wonderland dress, but then I didn't really feel good this morning. I didn't really get much sleep. I came to his house feeling like butt, and then he was just like, "It's really okay. You know, I don't care. We can just go out to dinner or lunch on the island." So that's what we decided to do. We hung out here for a little while, and then we went out to Long Beach to like this deli that he really wanted to try. And then we just went to the mall to get something replaced for him, and then he just decided to take me home because we have been seeing each other a lot recently, so he just wanted me to get some rest because I didn't really feel good. So I'm going to see him on Saturday, and yeah. So this is what I decided to wear. I just decided to wear my go-to silver eye when I wear black, so that's basically what it's going to be. So I prime my face with the Smashbox Primer Water and the... Sorry, my lip is kind of crumbling a little bit. I kind of want to take it off. This is a very drying Lime Crime Velveteen. I like it, but when you layer it, it really does get dry, so it kind of like annoys my lips a lot. So I prime my face with the Smashbox Primer Water and the Make Up Forever Step 1 Equalizer and the Nourishing Primer. I just knew that that would look good, so I just decided to throw that on. Then I went in with the YSL Touche Éclat B10 Beige Foundation, like I usually do, and the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10, and the the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. Then I concealed and highlighted with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the color Light and the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. Then I set that with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then I primed my eyes with the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Primer. And then I went in with the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette like I usually do when I wear the like a black silvery eye. So I've been using this palette a lot recently. As you can see, I've been using this middle part a lot. I've been really loving this shade all over my eye when I've been wearing like colorful looks. So this one is called yeah, it's this shade right here. It's called Celios, right? These are so weird the way that they're actually listed on the back, because when you actually look at the quad on the back of it, it says this one is called Liberatus. So that one is what that one is called. So I have to start reading the back of that. But I've been using this quite a bit. Hopefully I'll be able to hit pan maybe on this quad here because I use it so much. I've been using this just a lot this past past week for the new year. Then I always go in with this shade in the crease, and this one is called Lazarus. I am never going to be able to remember these shades in here. And then I darkened up the crease more with the shade Celios, and then I went in on the outer corners a little bit with this matte black called Shax. And then on the lid, I usually go in with Makeup Geek's Foiled Shadow in High Wire, so I'm probably going to hit pan on that this year as well. I probably should have included it should have included this and that Foiled Shadow in my project pan, like products I want to use up. But we'll see. I only wanted to go myself for like 4 or 5 eyeshadows because it's hard to use eyeshadows up. And then I did just throw this back on my brow bone just to highlight it again. This one is the shade Liberatus, but I've been digging the shade so hardcore lately. I just really love it all over the eye. So that is what I used from that. Then, of course, I lined my eyes with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. Then I primed my lashes with the Lancome Primer and then went over them with the Dior Show Mascara. Then I concealed and highlighted under my eyes with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the color Light and the MAC Prep and Prime Radiant Rose. Then, of course, I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Power. Sorry, I'm like on my wire somehow. Then I went in with the MAC Ascent Play Giga Black Lash on the bottom lashes, and then I went with the Electric Palette shadow in the shade Revolt, which is also one of the shades I want to use up this year. And then I contour with the Marc Jacobs Instamark Dreamer Filter with the medium shade, and then baked it with the lighter shade. Then I went in with the NARS Madly Blush just because I just freaking love it. I just wear it so much. I can't believe how much I wear it. Then I highlight with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in Pearl, and then I set everything with went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder. Then I set everything with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil Brow Natural, and then set them with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Then I prime my lips with the Urban Decay Glide On Slide On 24-Hour Pencil in Ozone, and then line them with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Lumiere, and then I filled them in with the Lime Crime Velveteen in the shade Beat It, which I'm not really feeling that much. I feel like it's way too drying. But the shade is beautiful, but yeah, it kind of is like breaking up a little bit here. So yeah, that's it. Bye! Okay, so hi, so I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. If my lipstick is a little bit weird, I'm sorry, but I was out since like 4 this afternoon, and it's like 1 a.m. and I just didn't feel like fixing it, so this is what you're getting. It basically is like a pimple here and maybe like a little freckle there. That's basically what you're seeing. Everything else is pretty much cleaned up. But I got to wear my TARDIS dress today, finally. It has like this little TARDIS on the bottom. I love it. I think it's so cute. I finally got to go out with my best friend Liz. I haven't seen her in like, I don't even know, like 2 months. So we finally got to go out and have fun. So yeah, I primed my face with the Smashbox Primer Water and the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer in the Nourishing Primer. Then I went in with the, sorry everybody's sleeping, with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Soul Foundation in the color 5 and the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10 and the Becca Swimming Skin Perfector in Moonstone. Then I concealed and highlighted with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the color Light and the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. Then of course I set everything with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then I went in with the Smashbox 24-Hour Primer on my eyes to prime them, and then I went over it with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then I went in with the Kat Von D shade in Light palette with that really white shade that I've been telling you guys I've been using as like my shade to start with to put on my makeup. To put on my eye makeup, I mean, it's like that shade called like Liberatus or Succubus or something like that stark white shade in the palette. Then I went in with Makeup Geek's Foiled Shadow and High Wire. Then I used the Urban Decay Electro palette and went in with the shade Chaos. It looks like my eyeliner transferred a little bit, so I'm sorry. Then I went in with the color Center Stage, the Makeup Geek Foiled Shadow on the lid. Then I lined my eyes with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner and Trooper. I haven't really been feeling it lately. I don't know, just I feel like this second Trooper liner isn't as good as the first one that I had. I don't know. And then I highlighted the brow bone with the shade, with that Kat Von D shade, that white shade. And I went in with with the Lancome primer. And then went over it with the Dior Show Mascara, which I think is getting dried out already. They do say that it does dry out pretty quickly, and I've had it for 2 months. So I feel like it's like drying out mad fast. Then I went in with that Lancome pencil that I really like. It does not smudge at all, which I really like. It just started wearing away a little bit. It's in the shade like something azul. It's from that Point Perk. I really do like these pencils. They're really nice. And I concealed and highlighted under my eyes with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the color Light and the MAC Prep and Prime Radiant Rose, and then I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Then I highlighted the inner corners with the shade Revolt from the Urban Decay Electro palette. Then I contoured with the Marc Jacobs, and then I went in with the MAC Sun Plague Black Lash and the bottom lashes, which I did notice that is pretty much dried out too. I've had it like 6 months. I really need to go buy a new one. Then I contour with the Marc Jacobs Instamark Dreamer filter with the darker shade. It looks like it kind of faded a little bit, and then baked it with the lighter shade. Then I went in with the NARS blush in the shade Lovejoy on my cheeks, and then I highlighted with the Becca Swimming Skin Perfector pressed in Pearl. And then of course I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light powder. And then I set that with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil in Brown Natural, and then set them with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Then I lined my lips with the Urban Decay Glide On Slide On 24-Hour Pencil in Ozone, and then lined them with the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Poison, and then I went in with the Makeup Monsters Liquid Lipstick in the shade Redwood. I know it just looks a little bit crazy right now, but really, you're only seeing like a little bit of the outline, but yeah, I don't care. I'm taking it off right now. I was going to do an outfit of the day, but I'll just show it right now. It's a really cute dress, like a Doctor Who dress. I'm just so tired I might not do it, but yeah. That's it. Bye. Hey guys, so I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. I really am trying to utilize a lot of my products that I have right now. I'm gonna kind of try to not shop for makeup as much. I really was pretty good about it this past December. The only makeup I bought was the stuff that I showed you in that haul. So I think I'm gonna probably do maybe only 1 to 2 hauls a month now. I do still want to pick up a few things from MAC. But then after that, my lipstick collection is going to be complete. I have no more room for lipsticks, first of all, and second of all, I just have too many and I feel like it's just overwhelming. This lip color is the first time I'm wearing it, and I've had it for 3 days already and I'm finally wearing it. I just feel like I have too many neutral colors. I just don't feel like I need as much as I have. I knew that was going to happen at some point, but for some reason you just feel like you need everything, but I'm going to try and cut back a little bit more. There are a couple of other things here and there that I do want. I do have to replace a couple of things. I have to replace my MAC Extended Plague Black Lash. That's why I want to go to MAC, but I also want to pick up a couple of their lipsticks and 2 of their blushes and 1 of their powders. But hopefully I'll be able to make it there next week or something. But other than that, I don't really want anything else. The only other thing I really want, I'll mention really soon. So I'm just going to tell you about my look. I did work today and then go to my boyfriend's house. So I primed my face with the regular Smashbox Photo Finish Primer just because I wanted to use it today. And honestly, I love how it makes your foundation look. It makes it look so glowy and makes it look like it just glided on your face. So I really do love that primer. And then I went in with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer and the Nourishing Primer on my nose. Then I went in with the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation in the color 5 and the Cover FX Custom Cover Drops in N10 and the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. Then I concealed and highlighted with my Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the color Light and the MAC Prep and Primer Radiant Rose. As you guys know, I'm going to be just utilizing that because I didn't want to go out and buy that $40 YSL highlighter pen again. But I'm glad I got my money's worth and used the entire thing up. I knew that was going to be something that I was... Usually really luxury stuff like the YSL, Dior, Giorgio Armani, really the only time I spend money on things like that is something that I know that I'm going to use up, like the YSL highlighter pen, the Giorgio Armani mascara, the Giorgio Armani foundation, the YSL Touche Éclat foundation. I literally wear the Giorgio Armani and the YSL every other day. I'm obsessed with them. So I just know when I make that investment, I'm pretty almost 100% sure most of the time I'm going to use it up, or it's something I use every single day, like the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder. That was so worth it to me because I've used it every single day since I've gotten it last April. So there are some staple products that you end up keep on going back to because it's just an amazing finishing powder. So let me just finish. Then of course I set everything with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then I primed my eyes with the Smashbox 24-Hour Primer. And then I went over them with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder, and then I went in with the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette again. I just wanted to pull it out because I really love using this for an everyday go-to look now. I've been using this a lot for stuff like that. This is the look I usually throw on now when I don't have as much time to plan what eyeshadows I want to use in the morning, because usually Saturday mornings I'm always rushing, but now I'm going to be working Monday through Wednesday as well in the morning. So this has been my go-to palette for it, but also I was actually planning to wear it today, but it's just a very easy makeup look that I feel doesn't take me as much time as other makeup looks. So usually I don't use Beaches and Cream, but I think next time I will, because it wasn't really blending the way I wanted it to today. But it still looks beautiful when you eventually get it the way you want it to blend. So I always go in with this shade Stark on the crease, then I darken up the crease more with Anaheim, then I go in with Zone on the outer corners, and then I went in with Blonde on the brow bone because I love that on the brow bone, and then I went in with Steady on the lid. But honestly, I don't really feel these shimmery shades too much in this palette, honestly. The matte shades are really beautiful, but the regular shimmery shades aren't that great, honestly. I have tried to use a couple of the other colors, Baby and Pop, they just don't really have that quality that the Urban Decay Naked palettes have. Like, those colors like really pop to me on the lid when you actually do use those, and that's a very neutral palette, and so is this, so you would think they would have kind of like the same quality, but they kind of don't. But this is still a really beautiful palette. These are like the majority of the colors I use are like these 6 right here. I love those 6 shades. Bathwater is the best shimmery shade in this palette. It is really beautiful on the lids, and so is Skimp. Skimp's a beautiful color as well. So I really like using those two on the lid because Skimp has a little bit of glitter in it and Bathwater is just a straight up glittery shade. So I went in with Steady originally and it wasn't really doing much for me, that I decided to go over it with Bathwater. And I thought it looked really pretty, but now it just basically just looks like a neutral brown. It kind of faded because, you know, I don't know, just like I was trying to reline my eyes again today and my mascara wasn't going on the way I wanted it to. Just I always have to mess up something when I'm in a rush. I really need to start giving myself more time to do my makeup. So yeah, I lined my eyes in with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner and Matte Max Brown. Then I went in with the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara on the top and the bottom lashes because I've realized that my MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash is pretty dried out, so I need to go pick up a new one. I've had it for like 6 months already, like it's kind of almost done. Then I highlighted the inner corners with Makeup Geek's Starry Eyed Foiled Eyeshadow, which I've hit pan on, which I'm very proud of. So I'm going to try and use it as much as possible as an inner corner highlight or a lid shade, which is usually what I do anyway. If I'm just throwing some makeup on, I always use that on the lid. But going back to my mascara, usually this mascara looks really, really good when I just throw it on, but for some reason I think I need to use a primer with my lashes. I feel like it really does help. Usually I just like throw it on. I don't even use a primer with the L'Oreal Telescopic, but for some reason today it was giving me some gunky lashes, so I'm probably going to have to use the primer again. Then I conceal the highlighter under my eyes with the Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the color Light. I caked on too much today, so that's why it looks like I'm wearing kind of a mask. But honestly, I don't really care because I'm going to be taking it off right now, so forgive me for that. It's not as bad on this side than it is on this side, but whatever. And then I mixed it together, the MAC Primer Radiant Rose, like I always do. And then I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. It creased like crazy on me today. I put on way too much. I gotta put on less. When I put on like the right amount, then it looks great. But if I put on too much, it creases like crazy. So then I did not have time to contour today, so I decided just to do blush and highlight. I went in with the Urban Decay Afterglow blush in the shade Kinky. I have been trying to utilize a lot more of my blushes, so hopefully we'll be able to do that this year as well. Then I highlighted with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in Opal because I use it at least once or twice a week. It's one of my favorites. It's just so gorgeous. It's like my all-time favorite. It's just so beautiful. And Champagne Pop. They're just amazing. Then, of course, I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder. Then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil in Brown Natural and set that with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And then I set everything with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Then I primed my lips with the Urban Decay Glide On Slide On 24-Hour Pencil in Ozone. And then I went in with these two new lip products from ColourPop. I lined my lips with the new ColourPop Lippy Pencil by Kathleen Lights in the shade Aquarius, and then I filled them in with the same color in the lippy stick in the shade Aquarius. Oh my god, these are so bomb. This lippy pencil is so friggin' creamy. It's beautiful on, and it matches perfectly with this, obviously. But this feels so good on the lips. It feels like it's hydrating your lips for most of the day. And this looks so good for so long. This is why they're my favorite lipsticks. Like, these are so freaking bomb. I feel like I have to wear more of my ColourPop Lippy Sticks. Maybe I'll just do a whole week of my ColourPop Lippy Sticks because these are the best lipsticks I've ever tried. Like, they're so amazing. They're so pigmented. This is like the one glossy lip that I've found that's not completely matte because you know I love my matte lipsticks, but these don't go anywhere. They don't do that stupid transfer thing that most glossy lipsticks do and like transfer to your top lip constantly. You're going to have to constantly reapply it. It doesn't go anywhere. Maybe it'll fade a little bit on the inside, but it still looks beautiful. So I absolutely love this. I really love that she made this a cream finish rather than a matte. I wasn't really too crazy about the creamy shades in the cream finishes in the Jamie Greenberg set because I felt like they just did not apply the way I wanted it to. They would like bled like crazy. But the nude ones, I guess the nude ones are just as good as this because this is freaking bomb. So yeah, that's it. But now it's kind of annoying my lips a little bit because I've been wearing this the entire day. So I've been wearing my makeup since like 11:30 this morning. So yeah, I'm gonna go rip it off. Bye. Okay, so hi. So I just wanted to tell you about my makeup look for today. Excuse me. I just worked tonight, so I primed my face with the Smashbox primer water and not the primer water, the Photo Finish foundation primer. I really do love it. I think it's been really helping my foundation stay on better. It makes it look really nice and glowy. So I've been really loving it lately. I've been noticing that my skin looks a lot more luminous when I use it. So I don't know if it's just the primer or just my skin is doing better as well. So who knows, but it still looks really good. And then just went in with the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equalizer and the Nourishing Primer on my nose. Then I went in with the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the color Vanilla because I was intending on using a Too Faced eyeshadow palette today. So I wanted to use Too Faced and ColourPop products today. Then I mixed that with the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone and the CoverFX Custom Cover Drops in N10. Sorry, then I concealed and highlighted with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the color Light and the MAC Prep and Prime in Radiant Rose. Sorry, I can like barely talk right now. Then of course I set everything with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then I primed my eyes with the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Primer. Then went over that with the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Then I went in with Makeup Geek's Beaches and Cream as my transition shade. I really need to use it a lot more as a transition shade. And then I went in with the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette today because I just really wanted to use it with the lid shade that I was going to base my look around. So I used the color Mousse to use as my crease shade. Then I darkened up the crease more with Peanut Butter. Then I went in with Truffled on the outer corners, and then I went in with Buttered Pecan and Coconut Cream on the brow bone. And then I wanted to use one of the eyeshadows from the Caffeine Lights quad today. I wanted to use Caffeine Lights. And if you guys can tell, I actually did hit pan on this shadow today, like major pan, if you can see that. I'm so proud of myself that I've actually hit pan on 2 eyeshadows at the start of this year, and it's not even February yet. I just wanted to show how much of the pan I use. This is my favorite, all-time favorite shadow, and I really want to use it more often. Like, I mean, I use it quite a bit, but this is the first time I've used it in like a few weeks. And yeah, I hit pan, and I'm really excited about that. So I will update you guys about my progress of products I've used up, but look how much of the center I've used. So yeah, so I'm just really proud about that. So, but there isn't too much product in ColourPop shadows. Like, it's really only like this top layer is pretty much all the product that you're getting. That's why it's $5, because you don't get the product all the way down to here. You only get what's in the pan, basically, like the pan and up, which is basically only like this much of the product. So it's really not too much product in there. But whatever, then that means I'll use up the shadows more. And I think they do that on purpose because these only last a year. So, and people who buy these in bulk aren't going to get their use out of them if they don't use them up. So I think it's better that they put less products in there because you want to use it up when you can because they're going to expire if you don't. So yeah, I'm really proud of myself about that. I have made a lot of progress on Cornelius as well, but we're not talking about my ColourPop shadows. I'm hopefully going to wear some of the shades from the newer quad that I got from her tomorrow. Then I lined my eyes with the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner and Mad Max Brown. Then I primed my lashes with the Lancome Primer, and then I went over them with the Smashbox Full Exposure Mascara. I'm kind of in a little bit of a mascara rut. Even though I have a lot of mascaras I've been trying, I really want to see like which one I want to purchase the full size of. I'm really leaning towards the Smashbox Full Exposure. I really do love it. But since I've been using the sample size, I don't know which one to get. So let me know what your favorite is. I still have the Dior Show, the L'Oreal, the Stila, and then I also have a small sample of the Lancome and the other sample of the Urban Decay version that I haven't opened up yet, which I probably will use soon in replacement of my Dior Show, because Dior Show I feel like it's already drying out. I know people say that it does dry out very quickly, and I have had it about 2 months already, so it's not highly unlikely that it's already dried out. So yeah, so anyway, then I conceal and highlight it under my eyes with the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the color Light and the MAC Pepper and Primer Radiant Rose, and then I set that with the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. Then I went in with the L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara on my bottom lashes because my MAC Extended Play Cake Black Lash is completely dried out, like I've said before, so I need to get a new one. Then I contoured with the Too Faced Cocoa, actually not with the Cocoa Contour Kit. I wanted something a little bit more neutral, not as cool tone, because I was going for a warmer look, so I wanted something that wasn't so much of a cool tone contour, even though it does look good most of the time, but I wanted to use something else. So I used the Marc Jacobs Instant Mark Dreamer Filter, the darker shade to contour, and then the lighter shade to bake the contour. Then I went in with the NARS blush from the Stephen Klein palette in the shade Luster, because I was going to originally use a ColourPop blush, but I really wanted something orangey to match the eyes, so I just used Luster. Then I highlighted Becca's Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed and Champagne Pop. I was going to use Lunch Money. I actually used ColourPop Super Shock highlighter in Lunch Money on the inner corners. For some reason, the only highlighters I really use on the inner corners is ColourPop shadows, just because, ColourPop highlighters, because I don't really love them on my face too much. I feel like they just sit there, but using a Becca one obviously is going to look every time, so that's why I wanted to use Champagne Pop, but I really like popping them on my inner corner for really intense inner corners, and I really like Lunch Money as an inner corner highlight, so I just used that. Then, of course, I went over everything with the Hourglass Luminous Light Powder. Then I set everything with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Then I filled in my brows with the Chanel Brow Pencil in Brown Natural, and then set them with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Then I filled in my lips with the Urban Decay Glide Outside on 24-Hour Pencil and Ozone to prime them. And then I went in with the other shade from the ColourPop Lippy Sticks and Pencils that Kathleen Lights created. I went in with the shade Taurus in the Lippy Pencil, and then I went in with the same shade Taurus in the Lippy Stick. I felt like the Lippy Stick was a little bit too dark for work, so I did throw on a little bit of Aquarius as well, just to make it not look this pigmented, because I feel like this color is very similar to Grunge. I'm going to see how similar they are. I just feel like this is might be like a tad bit warmer, but I did actually, after I layered Aquarius over it, I felt like it was a little bit lighter, but I still felt like it was too dark. So I actually blotted it a little bit, and it gave it this really nice ombre effect, so I just decided to leave it like that, and it wasn't as brown that way. So, but I really do love this color. Hopefully I'll be able to wear it more, but yeah, I still friggin' love these, and yeah, that's it. Bye!